Hey, what's going on, you lovely people? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. It's your boy, Roliver Queen, and as always, I'm joined by a lovely, scrumptious, delicious, handsome as fuck, and flavorful homeboy, AJ. Please reintroduce yourself to the people.
Hey everybody, glad to be back. It's AJ. I had to miss the last broadcast, had some family stuff pop up at the last minute. All that seems to be sorted, so I'm back with y'all to talk about this comic book shit. Some shit that I called over a year ago. It has come to fruition. But yeah, it's good we'll get into it tonight.
All right, so let fuck it. Let's just slide right in. No pause, no pause, no pause. So DC Solicits came out a couple of days ago, and same old usual shit. We're in the midst of DCKO. A lot of other shit happening across the line. You got Matt Fraction, Batman. You got Aquaman. Shit's popping right now. Shit's popping. But one thing that was missing from the February solicits was DC Power. All right. So for the past couple of years, DC has been doing a Black History multi-centered one shot, which primarily focuses on Black heroes. And last year, around this time, actually, no, a couple of months ago, AJ theorized that this might be the last year for DC Power, and we got the confirmation because there's no DC Power coming for 2026. AJ, since you were the one that prophesized this, what are your thoughts?
The writing was on the wall, and it's not terribly surprising. I'm trying to find the tweets that I wrote last year. I said once you get the physical copy in your hands of this year's, that was DC Rise of the Power Company, you realize just how small it is compared to the last two DC Power specials. Which brings me back to my point about wondering if DC is getting ready to stop doing these yearly specials. Was this page count reduction a one time thing because of the Power Company's push, or is the company not willing to devote as many resources to this initiative anymore? Okay. I said that because this year's DC's Power Anthology had it had five stories inside of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first year that DC did this, it had nine stories. The second year, it had 10 stories. One of those was something that had been printed somewhere else previously. So let's just say 10, let's just say nine new stories in it, right? So that means you're devoting resources to nine different creative teams for each of those stories. Now, it's not the length of a regular comic, each of those stories, right? You get about 80 to 90 pages at least those first 2 years. But with those multiple creative teams, that means you are paying for nine different writers, nine different pencilers, nine different
Mm-hmm.
inkers, nine different colors, nine different letterers, so on and so forth. That is a considerable amount of resources to devote to a single comic. But at the end of the day, it's a single comic. The first 2 years, the DC Power anthologies, those were $10 books. The first year, and I say this with the caveat that ICV2 is not the end all be all as far as sales charts. The specials, they did decent. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say here and now like they blew up the charts, but they did decent. They at least were in like, mid 100 range.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, its support is there to where you can justify it going forward. This year's, excuse me. The rise of the power company, I believe, came in at 197. So that's the actual DC anthology for this year.
Yikes!
And the Power Company Recharge, which was supposed to be the one shot coming out of both Black Lightning and Rise of the Power Company, a pretty much all black team at DC. It was going to have characters that a lot of y'all have been asking for. It was going to be headed up by Black Lightning. Josiah Power is kind of more obscure. It was going to have Jace Fox as Batman,
My
Vixen,
goat!
and
My goat! I
Thomas.
miss him.
And he is nowhere near a goat, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm just playing
Um,
with you.
Duke Thomas, there was even Bolt was even on a couple of them colors. The
Mm-hmm.
Black Adam's descendant, especially. I mean, essentially, he was potentially going to be on the team as well. These are characters that people, oh DC, y'all need to do more with these. Y'all need to do more with these. Vixen, Vixen, Vixen. When's Vixen's going to get a book? Duke Thomas, Duke. Where's Duke? Where's Duke? He's only in backgrounds. Yeah, once again, this is another way that shows y'all are full of shit. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And I don't, you can't even give me the marketing excuse that the timeline or people you have these conversations with in DMs try to make, because those power anthologies always got a marketing push.
Oh yes, they did.
Always
Oh
get a marketing
yes.
push. When I went to my shop this year, I remembered it was marked difference from the previous 2 years. My main shop that I go, I just usually he usually just gets regular A covers. He might do a B every now and then. He didn't when I went. He didn't have many there, and I'm thinking it's selling more. He like nah. He like I just kept it to pre-orders this year, and I got two shop copies. So I think he said he may have gotten like 8 copies of the book altogether for the entire store. My guy downtown Atlanta, who that's the one who I would usually get the exclusive variants from, or I say exclusive, but I just mean rare variants. He didn't even bother with it this year, so that was a sign.
Jesus.
Hey, like this is what's happening with these books, because again, and well, before I even get to that, this makes it a little even more damning. This year's book, I think it was either 4.99 or 5.99, but it was a steep drop in price from the previous 2 years, and it performed the worst out of the 3 years that they've done it. Then, like I said, Power Company Recharged did not even make the charts. So
Despite it having a very nice cover, which I am pointing out right now.
yeah, is that?
Shout
Oh
out to
yeah,
Millionaire
that
Picnic, my
poster
homie over there.
again. Yeah, that's the poster. That was part of the marketing push that a lot of
Mm-hmm.
shops got. I'm still trying to hunt one of those down. I Because mine didn't get one. He didn't order enough copies. So that should tell you right now that demand for it wasn't there
Mm-hmm.
this year. I think they saw it last year. Thinking about the amount of resources they put into it with that many creative teams on these books, it's it's going to be an expensive book to produce. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speculate too much around. I can probably come up with ballpark figures of what it may have cost, but some creative teams are just going to be more expensive than others. At some point, DC decided it was not worth it
Yep.
anymore from a numbers standpoint, because if you're coming in 197 this year's book, I'm going to tell you right now they lost money on it.
Oh yeah.
It did not that did not turn a profit. If
I mean, yo, they even got Brian Hill
Yes,
to come do the shit.
gave him his own special, his one shot special. They lost money, and it's sad. So you're talking about a 40% decrease in price, and the numbers were worse than they have been the previous 2 years. All of that was the writing on the wall, because when you do an anthology and it's half the size of the previous 2 years anthologies, hey guys, those are cost cutting measures. That means, hey, we're trying to keep this alive, but y'all got to meet us halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And readers, consumers, customers did not meet them halfway. Like, I don't feel bad. I'm like, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Hold on.
11. I,
Let me
I
go grab mine real quick. Hold on. Let me go grab mine real quick and see how. But hold on. I got 23, 24, and 25. Yeah, I have them right here. And 25, I put that one in with the Black Lightning stuff.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
why I don't show it. Yeah.
Now I have my own gripes about how this year's was handled, tying it into, multiple different story branches in different books. That probably could have been handled a little neater, sure. But the fault of this it lies with the customer base. I'm sorry, guys,
Absolutely.
and I'm always gonna have more smoke for customers than publishers, because we're the ones who have the power with determining what gets a continued push at publishers. Now, publishers they can start an initiative off, but it's up to the readers to determine what continues and what does not.
Mm-hmm.
When Green Arrow was announced and was just a mini, and then you got it to on the day of the first issue coming out, you got it extended. That's because people showed up and put their money where their mouth is. When Poison Ivy started off as a Pride one shot, went to a mini, then went to a maxi, and then went to an ongoing that's still going on now and is likely to hit 50 issues, that's because people showed up and put their money where their mouth is.
When Ram V shit got extended, also, what was it, Swamp Thing?
Numerous times, yes. Swamp Thing went from either a 4 or 6 issue mini to a 12 issue, and then all the way up to a 16 issue maxi. Like we have example
Oh,
after
oh,
example
hold on,
after
hold on.
example.
There's one I brought up even recently, bro. There's one I brought up even recently, bro. Zatanna.
Yes,
Zatanna went from
perfect example.
6 to now is getting ongoing, right? Because we saw in the DC Next Level promotion over at New York Comic Con. We told y'all what it was. We told y'all what it was. We told y'all what it was. I had people in my comments. I think I did a video a couple months ago, like right around the time we did ours, where I said people do not support black heroes because they keep
Mhm.
asking for them, and when DC does their due diligence and put these black heroes out, y'all don't show up. So I
Yep.
had people in my comments with that one. Then I dropped another one, right? Recently, where I talked about how it was embarrassing that Zatanna smoked a lot of DC All In stuff because, again, they put certain books out for y'all to support. Y'all didn't support, right?
Mhm.
Y'all put out what, Black Lightning? Cool. Black Lightning didn't get the support it warranted, right? Despite the fact that homie went out there on Black Comic Lords and said, even if a fraction of you motherfuckers showed up, we would have been on issue blah
Oh,
blah blah
I'm
blah.
so glad you brought that
Right?
interview up, dog.
And then not even that, right? So they went ahead and said, "Fuck it, we'll throw them a bone because we're not gonna continue pumping resources into Black Lightning. We'll give you a one shot. All right,
Mhm.
cool. We'll even put Brian Hill on the shit. Cool. Even with Brian Hill, you guys couldn't show up. It's gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point where now we have moved past the Waller is right shit. I was reading Titans last month. And I think even Justice League addresses it in one of their recent issues, right? I am thoroughly convinced the Waller was right panels was just them telling y'all, oh yeah, y'all had y'all time with this Waller shit, the fall from absolute power. Cool,
Mhm.
we done with that. Y'all had y'all chance. We were gonna do something with that with DC Power and the power company. We done. We done. We done. We are washing our hands. We're done.
I
We
mean,
are in
it makes
DCKO right now. We the premise for this team is no longer viable. All the
yeah,
heroes are gone, bro. They on apocalypse.
like
No one
dog.
give a shit.
I'm like I said, I'm glad you brought up the Black Comic Lords because something else they said really it comes back to me this week because I had multiple people in my comments and DMs after the solicits came out, and I made my little spiel on the timeline about it, and everybody was saying, "Oh, you can't say that we don't support. It's just it's not enough of us that buys support us being black people. How about you got to get white folk to buy it too?" And I'm like, bruh. And I brought up the quote that said Black Comic Lord said it. One of the guys on there said it. Hey, they don't have to buy our books. We have to buy our books. It's more than enough of us to drive something to an ongoing status. Like guys, I'm sorry, it doesn't take 150,000 readers every month for something to get going to an ongoing.
No, no,
Like if you putting up 10 to 15,000 readers a month, you will get you an ongoing, dog.
not even.
So
I even say even 35, bro. We could do 35, bro. We
I
could do
think you can, but I'm giving you bottom of the basement figures to what would probably take to make these books viable, have a decent amount of profit to where a creator could be on it for 18 issues,
it.
24 issues. You could get you a 2 year run out of these characters with anywhere from 10 to 15,000 consistent reader base on a monthly basis. You don't have to get white folk into the
Oh,
audience for that. Like, will it be great if someone read it and they like it and decide to pick it up? Sure, but there are more than enough of us in the comic book space to be able to maintain a book of black characters on the stands. But yet we see after time after time after time again, Black Lightning was just the example. Looks like Mr. Terrific is probably not going to end up. being extended. That was one. We just had Steelworks. We just had Cyborg. Like I'm sorry guys.
Like,
I'm
bro,
tired. I'm tired of the excuses. I really am.
like, bro, we are not a serious people. It's okay to say that, bro. We
Yes,
are
I
not
agree.
a serious people when it comes to comic books. When you get up on the timeline, these certain accounts, of course, they're gonna get their hit tweets like, "Oh, DC, they don't pretend that they care and blah 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 blah, giving us promises." Yeah, that's because they keep throwing these motherfuckers a bone, and y'all not biting. Like, listen, I just finished reading Mr. Terrific Year One, Issue 6, and again,
Mhm.
I like to have the comic in hand so I have a leg to stand on. All right, this was dope. This was a dope 6 issue mini, right?
Right.
Even if you weren't knowledgeable on Mr. Terrific, this does a good job of getting you in the game, and it also ties into what's currently going on with DC All In. But even if you don't give a shit about DC All In, it's okay because the bulk of the story is a history lesson, right? Barely did I see motherfuckers talk about Mr. Terrific. Barely,
Mhm.
barely, barely, barely. But you know, motherfuckers keep talking about every single month, and I know there gotta be a couple black folk behind some of them accounts as well. Absolute Batman. There's accounts called "Where is Absolute Batman Issue 1? Where is Absolute Batman?" Blah 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 blah. Right? I'm not gonna go on the assumption that all of them are just some white folk. Nah, pretty sure some of y'all there. And even if you're not, you in them comments, you in there engaging and boosting the shit. Where's the love for books like this? Quality books, by the way. Quality books, right? But got the nerve when solicitors come around for February to say, "Oh, where's this character? Where you niggas don't give a shit. You niggas don't." And here's my thing, right? At this point, it is a losing battle. So I have decided I'm not partaking in this battle anymore, right?
Right.
If you get a good quality book like this for 6 issues, and
Hmm.
I have a good A, B, C plot, everything wraps up in the end, and I could go follow what's going on with Mr. Terrific and Justice League or whatever, because this adds extra context, I'm fine. I'm fine. Cool. I don't need an ongoing that'll probably get canceled at issue 10 or 11 because niggas was just giving lip service,
Hmm.
and then now the book is canceled, and now we get a rushed ending or ending that don't make sense because the book didn't sell well. Like, no, give me this. DC, keep pumping these out. Keep put some dope creatives on here on these books. 6 issues, 12 issues, whatever. I'll eat it. Listen, I eat that shit up. I eat it up. That's fine. You don't need to keep putting out or trying to put out ongoings for people who don't give a shit about your books.
And more than that, black creatives, hey man, stop getting on the timeline, stop getting on the podcast, stop
Yup.
doing all this, begging these folk to, oh come out if you support, we can get extended to an ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
No, set out to write you a really strong mini
Yup.
and just pitch that to the company and like, hey, this is gonna be 6 issues. Hey, this is gonna be
Yup.
8 issues. And
Mm-hmm.
hey, let that be it. Make people prove that they can support something for 6 issues, for
Yup.
8 issues. Dog, I'm tired of this, dog. Like, oh, I wanted to do this with this character, but we didn't get extended. We didn't get to go. Hey,
Don't care.
fuck all that.
Not
Fuck all
even
that.
don't care. It's like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Like, because this crowd is not going to continuously, week in, week out, show up to well, month in, month out, show up to a shop and fork over the $4, the $5, the $6 to keep these books going. Damn, asking them to go set up a pre-order or a pull list. I'm just
Oh
saying, show
Lord.
up on the day it comes out and
Oh,
buy the shit. Like, but you know, like so many people treat it like it's the hardest thing in the world, or they have every excuse under the sun for why they aren't buying this
oh, but
book.
people don't know how to pre-order, bro. It's not go to your comic shop, say, hey, this book that's coming out, let's just put an example here, Mr. Terrific. Yo, can you please make sure I have Mr. Terrific year one in my folder, or just put aside for me every single month? They will literally make a folder for you.
Yep.
And every single month, all your black ass gotta do, or white, because hey, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like some white people don't buy their characters too. All your ass gotta do is just show up when the shit come out. That's
Dog,
it, bro.
it's
It's
stores out now that are more heavily dedicated to online orders than in-store in-person orders. They make it easier for you than ever. It is shops because people talk, oh, it doesn't come out in my country. Well, multiple shops ship internationally, multiple places. If you're in the States, they will ship it to you. Hell, some places you can pay a little extra and they will get you release week shipping, meaning, yeah, you might not have it on Wednesday, but by Friday you're
you're
reading
gonna
this
have it.
comics, dog.
Oh,
Like,
even better, even better, even better, even better. They giving you discounts just for being a subscriber. Damn
yes,
every single
that shit.
shop that I go to, you get a 20%
Yes,
discount. All right. Hey, listen, even it works a little better if you're buying a couple comics instead of one. But
yeah,
even so, to go from 4.99 to 4.70 or 4.50, whatever it is, that's good. And especially in this economy. Hell
yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. They make that shit so easy. And month in, month out, we keep hearing the same goddamn excuses, especially for the black characters. I was done with this conversation when I saw what happened with Zatanna. I said, there's no way. Because Zatanna was promoted more or less of the same way DC Power was promoted more or less the same way as Mr. Terrific and so on and so forth. Bro, they had the Mr. Terrific Year One preview pages in multiple books.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot tell me, oh, they didn't promote this book. Sure, and yes, I'll say this too. Yes, can DC do a little bit better with the promotion by all means? But also at the same time, when I see a book like Zatanna, the fucking Tana, and not even just the mainline Zatanna, the black label Zatanna do so well with more or less of the same promotion, I'm sorry, you niggas are lazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all it
Actually,
is,
I'm
man.
not sorry. You niggas are lazy.
That's all it comes down to, bro. Motherfuckers will make every excuse under the sun for why they can't support the books they claim to want. But yet every month you still letting Spider-Man rage bait you every month. You're going to buy it. You know, when when we do get the Hush 2 issues, you showing up and buying that. Books that can afford, like, I'm not gonna say any comic is too big to fail, but hey, Spider-Man can afford to sit on the shelf for a month.
Yeah.
Batman can afford to sit on the shelf for a month if
Yep.
it's a money issue, like some of y'all claim. But no, I think most of you are just lazy. I really do.
Yeah.